We did a lot of business together. We got a lot of history, but what he did in that room, it wasn't right.
Let me ask you this, Munchie, is that snitching from what you heard so far?
That's telling, bro. I'm talking about carrying drugs.
No, it's telling. Listen. I told you before he even said something, he ain't got no choice but to say what it is.
Yeah.
And I gave you the definition of what telling is.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what happened in that room. You get what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like with me and Munchie, we get into it, but it's certain things I'm not going to call him. I'm not gonna like his neighborhood and call him. I'm not. You got to limit to certain things when certain people or they tied to certain things. So what he did in that room, can't no from the street justify that and vouch for that. When nobody, you know what I'm saying? When you say what was it? Somebody carries his drugs and
he said Roscoe carried all the drugs for Wayne, all types.
Yeah, that could lead to investigating Roscoe. And let's say they don't catch him carrying drugs, but let's say Roscoe got a stolen car ring. But from that statement, they now got the right to investigate Roscoe, and that led them to discovering his car ring, right? This is what we call working. Hey, See, that what you saw?
Let me ask you this, right? Working. Let me ask you this. From as far as we know, right, Roscoe was already in custody at this point, but he ended up taking a guilty plea. Do you feel like these kind of statements could have increased the pressure to take that plea?
Whether it led to a conviction or not, if you give information to law enforcement pertaining to anybody other than yourself, copping and pleading out to something is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Roscoe came home early, actually. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude came on Clubhouse with some allegations on Roscoe and why he came home early. You know what I mean? So we ran this 18 months ago on Clubhouse. But we couldn't really hear it. It wasn't as clear. You kind of like broke it down and narrated it and woke it back up. And I believe Thug attacking Gunner the way he's been is probably what then kind of brought this on. But
facts.
It is what it is. They ain't gonna do nothing. His life ain't gonna change. Times is different and shit is different. But I can't, for me to say what I'm hearing is not that, then I'm throwing 36 years of my life down the drain. That's what that is. That would say that I justify that. I can't stand with that shit.
So Wack, how you feel about saying you picking and choosing? Cause like they said you was quick to call Lil Zay Osama rat, but like with Young Thug, you give him a little grace.
Okay, let me break it down again. I got a relationship with Thug. I don't got a relationship with these. I don't give a fuck about these. Because if they mention to me, I'm going to mention them. Right? So is what Thug did in that room a violation? Absolutely. Am I going to call Thug out his name, which you want me to hear? Not going to happen. Just not going to happen. The whole time Thug was in there, we was in communication. Before he went, we was in communication. You can go pull up songs that Thug got with some of my artists that they shouldn't have with Thug just out of pure respect to me. You know what I'm saying? So, me and Thug got a lot of history. You know what I mean? When I see him, and I'm going to see him because I'm in Miami a lot because we got a club down there, we're going to have a conversation. Definitely. You know what I mean? It ain't going to go unspoken about. But what he did, if you telling me that's wrong, that's wrong. Is it in the realm of telling? Absolutely. But you're not gonna hear me call the man out his name.
Wack,
you can't do that math.
Wack,
you can't.
Wack, I asked a question earlier. I want your take on this. Is there ever a reason that a street person, gang member, whatever you want to call it, should even have a 2-hour conversation or allow themselves to be interrogated by the police? Period.
Nah, within 2 hours you get in with this. Listen, this the most is gonna happen, right? Let's just say it's a nigga that walked up and shot you, right? And this dude that shot you, this nigga 6'2". Look, he's 6'2", right? He's 6'2", 300 pounds, right? With long dreads. And you just don't want to tell the police. You know who this nigga is. And they say, who shot you? Yeah, it was a Mexican. He was 5'1", bald-headed, right? We not gonna trip that. That's suspending a nigga. Or what color car was it? It was a red car.
Well, how long are you allowed to spin before it gets weird?
Black truck. 2 hours. You know I'm supposed to be in there 2 hours. Really, you ain't supposed to say nothing. But if you asking me if we saw a saying he's spinning, what we might not trip on, if we know the details and the facts, is some like that. But you can't be in there 2 hours asking for sandwiches and
Crazy.
I mean, there was several names brought up in that, and I don't know why. Like, I'm still trying to understand, did he volunteer to go in there? Because he didn't have a charge.
Well,
So
they,
I didn't,
well,
I
they
still, that's
were,
my part.
but they were like they I guess tried to
Offered.
see him under the auspice of originally you have these other charges, but we're not here to talk to you about that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
charged with.
that's the point.
He
If
was
you're
charged
not,
with
listen,
threatening a security guard.
first of all, it's like this. If you under arrest, the police ain't never coming to help you. So you really shouldn't be talking to them anyway. But if it's not about your case or your charge, and they ask you, did you want the attorney present, and then you denied that, at that point, none of that shit makes sense. It just don't add up. You're never supposed to be in the interrogation room with either I plead the fifth, or if you got it, it's something I'd accept because I didn't did it. If you got a homie with you and you trying to let him go, right? Nah, hey, listen, man, that wasn't a homie card. That was me. Yeah, you gonna copy that? I'll sign to that right now. He ain't had nothing to do with that. Other than that, it ain't no reason to be in there like that.
Hey, also unrelated, but since we live Wack on it recently is a current event. Brick Baby dissed you on the cipher, the No Jumper cipher. What do you think about that?
Brick Baby, you talking about Brick Baby that's in jail?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, but maybe they help it stream some more. I don't give a fuck about baby.
We're trying to get some views on the damn video, man. Come on, bro.
Let's try to get you to hear his
I don't
verse.
know. Send me the link, motherfucker. I don't give about this shit.
All right,
shit, you know,
Man, let me ask you this: Can you and Munchie ever put y'all
Man,
in the
you
past?
ain't got dog. Like we talking about
Well,
young money.
The crazy part about Munchie, I don't, Munchie. I don't know Munchie. He don't know me. We never met in person. Really, my getting into it with Munchie don't even come directly from Munchie. It comes from him questioning me, and I think if he think about it and really resonate with it, he would understand. He questioned me about something that it was somebody that was a long time feud with, right? So, and so he got that venom based upon that, which I tried to avoid it because I said, hey, look, leave that alone. I ain't got nothing to do. But he wanted to press his line. That's Munchie. But, Munchie family, he a homie. You know what I mean? And all that. He shoot, I shoot. When I let something happen to Munchie in my presence, if I happen to pull up, absolutely not. I got obligation. He ain't did nothing to me. Talk a little shit, I talk a little shit. Other than that, I mean,
I like that. I like to hear that, man. I like to hear
sounds
that.
like peace is coming soon.
You got to remember, I'm older than Munchie, right? So, I know who Munchie is. When I see, when I'm watching him, I know his when he loaded, he one way. When he ain't, he another way. He ain't no dumb. He ain't no stupid homie. He ain't none of that. He gonna talk. He ain't no punk. And then we bred like that, not to be no punk, no matter if it's front of us or the opposition, whoever it may be. So he ain't gonna bow. A blind man, he still ain't gonna bow down. We got homies in wheelchairs that don't bow down. So I don't really take Munchie's response to me personally because he responded. I would really probably take it personal if he didn't respond, because at that point I couldn't respect him as a homie. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no distaste like that. You know what I'm saying? It just be a little shit talking. The homie be all right, do what he do.
Word. No, that's good to hear. Shit, I'm gonna tap in with you. I'm gonna send you that later too. I'm gonna hit you when I get online.
All right.
Man, look at that, man. Some positivity coming out.
Yeah, have to do that, Remo.
No, that was dope.
Man, I had to. Y'all be popping it. I be seeing too many videos of Wack saying what he had to say, and then you saying what he had to say on different channels. And since y'all both on the phone, right in the room, it's like,
Remo, did you see what I asked yesterday on the pod?
Nah, I missed it.
Okay,
so what was it?
I said, Munchie, is there a chance of you and Wack ever being on a common accord and transcending whatever the y'all got going on?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Like, what was his answer?
Well, I mean, you know, he answered a certain way yesterday, but I'm wondering if that answer is different now.
No, I ain't with no Wack. Hell no. That dude got a disrespectful ass mouth. He done said some shit.